Welcome back, everybody. Automotive Inc. Today we're talking about might be the best deal you can get on a new Ford Super Duty. So before we get going, if you don't mind, smash the subscribe button for me. Hit the thumbs up and the notification bell so you know I'm posting new content. Without further ado, right now Ford is running in on any 24 XLT and XL, and that includes the STX package and the XLT with the premium package on it with heated seats and all that jazz. Any bed configuration, any cab configuration, they're offering pretty good discounts, and 1.9 for 48, 2.9 for 48, 3.9 for 60, and 4.9 for 72. So if you're stuck in a high interest loan and you're not super buried or upside down your car, this might be the best option. And to be honest with you, as many problems I'm having with Loki, I might actually buy this truck because they're going to give me about $9,000 off. My interest rate on Loki is not that great, and it gives the opportunity for us to pin a Powerstroke against a 7.3 Godzilla. Let's walk around this beast. So it was a special order, so it's got the FX4. I don't mind these wheels. They actually look just like a Platinum, minus the ugly hubcaps, and the Platinum is chrome. But I was looking at one the other day. Spokes are the same. They're just painted aluminum. So F350 has the upgraded, or the F350 leaf spring and leaf pack. This is the Powerstroke. Now the way these people order it does have the fifth wheel puck that I love. Box link over there, and Pro Power on board, which is nice. Walk around the back. Those taillights are the same ones Loki has, and that's a Lariat Ultimate. Backup sensors, class 5. Chrome bumpers. It is an agate black. Ooh. And as we walk around here, we come up. I don't mind the black handles, especially because the truck's black. Now the way they did order this one is $74,680. So again, you guys can peruse the options that it has. But again, this is on an XLT, so if you get the XLT Premium, you will get the different front end. But it's not all that bad. Now, these headlights are growing on me, but they are incandescent, which is interesting because the fog lamps are LED. So we'd have to swap those out. So if I buy this one, from the side, I think Ford could have done a little bit better with the headlight, just a different angle on it. But I actually do like this grille on the XLT. Again, this is a base XLT grille, so if you're not going premium sport or STX on the XL trim, that is your grille that you're going to get. And I actually like it better. They could actually just make that all chrome and slap it on the Platinum as far as I care. Now, interesting enough, this one does have the 360 camera, keyless entry pad, power driver seat. They order the Powerstroke mirrors, the trailer fold mirrors and all that. Does have blind spot monitoring. I think the mirrors are heated. Oh yeah, they are. Locking center console, that's a thing for me. And again, for here, you do get the extra cup holders, which I like. No remote start on the key fob. It takes the key in the ignition, which I'm not a super big fan of that, but I've had a lot of problems with my 24 Ultimate with the passive entry not working anyway. So interesting there. Pro Power on board switch there. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. Seats are super comfortable, so if you're picking between GM, Ford, and Ram is medium, firm. Chevy is definitely firm. And so the Ford is the softest. Underneath here, no storage, but you can add one. That's where the Pro Power on board goes. If you get it, all weather mats. I love how Ford gives us lots of power ports. Those are not lit like in the Lariat, but seat back pocket stuff, that's just a first aid kit, so who really cares? And lots of lighting, and I do like that it's light enough in here. Ford does well with their interior lighting at night, so that is super nice. The only thing that this truck is missing, being that tall, is the tailgate step, but we have the boxes, steps in there. So some people hate those, some people think they're ugly and everything. When you step up to the premium though, if you're going on XLT, so if you get an XTS, this is all gonna be hard plastic, soft here, which is nice. Same door storage, no B&O. Let's climb in here. We got a plastic steering wheel, which isn't a huge deal, but it is definitely something to get used to over the leather. It's gonna wear much longer over time, but what I will tell you is eventually these do wear out on our work trucks, so it is what it is. There is the little wake up screen in there, and of course it is Sync 4, but it has the 8-inch screen. Tons of extra storage, which this fit a phone, that'll fit a phone. Cover on the upper glove box, which is nice. No auto dimming mirror, don't have upfitter switches, which I never use them anyway, and no lit visor. So if you or somebody needs to look in there at night, you will have a hard time finding that. So back, same thing, hard plastics on the door. But other than that, this thing is actually equipped pretty well. It does have the 355 locker. See, I'm not a fan of the key. I'd have to get used to that because I guess I'm bougie. So as we come in here, you can see the startup screen right there. 8-inch screen is actually pretty decent. It does have 360 camera, which is interesting, and it does have all the other bed camera, which is actually pretty decent. It's bigger than what's in the Chevy Custom I had in Kong. Rear park assist, no front sensors, but it has all of these other camera views except for that one. That's for the trailer tow, but it does have trailer blind side alert or cameras, and then all of the other ones. So that's nice. You can hit that while you're driving. And then, you know, as you come over here, smaller display screen, you can set this however you like. I have a separate video on some fuel economy, but you can scroll through here and basically see this. Now, my biggest concern with ever going diesel again is right here. You could see right there those 3 dots, and it says, okay, this is how you're going to scroll through your menus. So it gives you all of the stuff here. But this thing came up from about 90 miles away, and the diesel particulate filter is 50% full. So again, that's on highway driving. It's going to do its own thing with passive regens and everything. So it is a very good deal. I don't need pro trailer back assist. I can back a trailer. I'm not worried about that. Trailer brake, does have the locker. Very comfortable truck. So if you guys are an XTX guy, there is no such thing as a work truck anymore, because work trucks they have everything that you'd want in them. So it just goes up in trim levels. Not a lot of adaptive cruise or anything like that on this truck. But power folding mirrors, everything, and single zone climate control. Stereo is actually really good. We were in a Chevy Equinox in the 25, and the stereo was just trash garbage. Now, if you're a talk radio person or podcast person, it's probably going to sound like crap on that, because it was just really bland. Now, we need to talk about drivability. This thing drives just like Loki, drives really well. I'm tired of people talking about class leading power. I don't really care. Any diesel made in the last 10-15 years has more power than the first 12 valve, which is an excellent engine, the first Powerstroke, and I see all of those guys pulling way more than what the frame and actual chassis should be handling on those trucks. So class leading power, spit it out the window. It all comes down to drivability, braking, exhaust brake if you're going diesel, off the line, how's it pull, because I've seen tons of other stuff where, you know, it doesn't matter about the Duramax has a little bit less power. Who cares? If it's rated to tow and it tows well and you're happy with it, who cares about what the bottom line power is? I find no need for the HO Powerstroke, but I know that there are guys out there, hot shotters and everything like that, that actually need that extra juice. There's ranchers, there's cowgirls, cowboys, everything. They need that extra juice. I completely understand that, and it only really makes sense in an F350 or an F250 with a payload package, because it basically makes it a 1-ton. So really, at the end of the day, forget about the power. Loki did just fine pulling 18.5 last year. 19,000 I think was the heaviest. I don't even remember. Did just fine. A little thirsty on the fuel if you're going to go gas, but that's what you can expect, because when you go diesel, you're going to have so much more maintenance when it comes to fuel filters, regens, paying attention to that, DEF. And you might think, well, this isn't all that expensive because I can go twice as long as the oil changes. Well, I don't. On any of my diesels, I still change it at 5K. So at the end of the day, I could care less about it. It is substantially more. There is a lot more intricacies to owning a diesel truck, especially now. Things you have to be concerned about and watch out for. So at the end of the day, that is a big deal. So that was the walk around and talking about the best deal that you can get right now on a Ford. Right now, GM is making an offer too for 72 months at a 4.9. Well-qualified buyer. GMAC has always been one of those lenders that they want you to have really rock star credit. Ford Motor Credit is a little bit more lenient on that. You can have a little bit lower credit score. So at the end of the day, guys, that is kind of the walk around. We do have some Android Auto on here. It's wireless, so not a bad deal. And of course, if you go premium or XTX package on the XL, you get the bigger screen. I think you get the digital gauges, or maybe you don't get the big gauges, but you get the big screen if that's a big thing to you. The big screen is beautiful. It's nice. I love it. This would be something to get used to for sure. But that is your best deal you can get on Ford right now. So if you're interested in a Ford, go down, check it out. It doesn't matter if it's diesel or gas, HO, whatever, long bed, whatever. That is the deal on your Ford. And again, for 25, really, they didn't change much. Some people have said they changed some buttons, which I looked at 25 that just came in, and yeah, there's one button up at the top now, but the one I drove the other day, they sent me out, said it's 25, so I don't know if it's a first era of that or not, but really no differences, so it is worth a shot. All right, guys, we're going to catch you on the next one.